Should we start talking about Shane Gillis, this menace to society?
Yes. What is going on with him?
Credit to the War Mode guys for exposing this animal, this CIA plant. Actually, real credit to Rone for having the War Mode guys on. I was very happy to see that. And we mentioned it on last week's show, but I didn't have time to find clips. So I just wanted to discuss this briefly. The War Mode guys breaking out of their shell a little bit. I would like to hear them promoting more because they're very funny. They're very into conspiracies. They don't take themselves too seriously. But they're a fun listen, and they're classic Philly guys. So they're trying to get their truth out there, and good on Rone for asking the tough questions. This is on Warm Ones. I don't know if this is new. I hadn't heard that Rone was doing this, but it's kind of a funny concept. It's a parody of Hot Ones where he gives his guests warm beers that they have to get through for each question, which is very funny.
I like that.
But yeah, this is let's hear Rone grilling these boys on Shane Gillis.
Swoosh.
It's not a plant, it's an asset.
Asset. Okay, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Take it from the top and spell it all out for me.
This might be Bud Light, but Bud Light, that dude used to work for the CIA.
But that's the thing.
Shane's dad went to school with a former director of the CIA at high school. That's kind of crazy.
He gets wigged out.
And I'm talking like small time high school. Trinity High School in the middle of Pennsylvania.
Big high school.
Not back then, dude. The world was small. I was just telling you, fuck all was in Westchester in the 90s,
My hands
dude.
are tied here. Fucking, the CEO of Bud Light went to my alma mater, Salesianum.
Right.
He might be fucking deep state. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I don't think anyone's compromised. I'm just saying, like, the CIA is gonna sit there and go, that's just one tap on the shoulder. Dude, back in the day, they used to go to Notre Dame to fucking recruit people, and there was a protest of it called the Notre Dame 10 or something like that.
They protested against the recruitment?
Yeah, they didn't want to get recruited by the CIA. This was back in Vietnam days, but the CIA used to openly...
Well, what's Shane's favorite football team? I forgot.
It's Notre Dame.
Swoosh. Of course.
It certainly is. And I got to tell you, now I feel brave enough to... These men have unburdened me. I never would have told this story before, but when I saw Shane backstage at Laugh Boston, I was patted down. I was questioned by men in suits. They ran a background check on me. And I always found it a little odd. And I never had the gumption to talk about it. And there are things I'm still sworn to that I signed my life away that I can't discuss that were happening back there. The Be a Man guy as well. He'll die with some of those secrets. So I think these guys are onto something. Keep kicking the tile. Keep looking around on this Shane Gillis. But that's not all. There are more ties that Billy and Spud get into here.
This one's about Jill Biden.
Yes, this is where they really have something, I think, that's going to stick.
Swoosh.
Can we talk about Jill Biden for a minute, though?
Yeah, of course.
Dr. Jill.
Yeah, let's talk about the doc.
Well, she was babysitting at the time, but Joe Biden's wife got hit by a fucking truck.
Yeah.
In the middle of nowhere.
I know.
Who owned the truck?
He's like related to Shane or something. He's talked about this before, but you know.
I want to know because I know you guys know
I
more
just
than
have
anyone.
zero connections. You know what I mean? I've
Obviously.
That's a crazy brag, though.
Swoosh.
That's true. You can't tie me to Joe Biden or the death of his wife. You know, I think these are good, solid points the boys are bringing up here, and it's worth looking into.
Beers and blues music makes everything better, Mike. This is a good formula for a show.
Is that how Hot Ones is? I don't know that. I don't. Is that why he has the music bed constantly?
I think so. It does set. It's a vibe.
Yeah.
These guys are vibing out. It's a darker room. It's a chill. It's like a bar.
I will say it doesn't feel as much like they're exposing the dark truths that they really are. That Shane Gillis is a monster.
But CIA is our country, so he's working for us. So he's
I suppose, yeah. Maybe it's for the greater good. But I don't know. I think we should always keep our eyes open when it comes to this maniac as he rises through the ranks.
Maybe they sent him against China. If you think about it,
It's certainly now. This is where we get into. Listen to them. The final conclusion here. I have always wondered about this. Shane's often talked about how he didn't even want SNL. So how did all of that happen? I think the boys have a solid theory here.
Swoosh. We didn't settle if Shane's a psyop.
He thinks he is.
I'm just saying he's an asset.
Yeah.
He's got to be an asset just because there's so many connections to him.
Just list them. Can you just bullet point the connections really fast?
Okay, Shane for some reason loves Notre Dame. Been going there since he was a little kid. His dad and the Notre Dame, they recruit from Notre Dame. His dad used to bring him to Notre Dame. His dad's friends with a guy that ended up running the CIA. and his fucking dad, someone in his family killed Joe Biden's fucking wife.
Distant relative.
I mean, if you add that up for a regular dude that wasn't famous, you'd be like, that's fucking weird.
Right, you guys will get to the
Then
bottom
out of
that.
nowhere.
Counter argument, just a great.
All right, and I'll leave
Overall, great guy.
I'll leave it at this. I was walking my dog.
Shane
in the park.
told him this, by the way.
I was walking. Yeah, first of all, Shane was like, "Dude, you gotta get the word out." I was walking my dog, right, and he's like, "Dude, it's crazy. I just got SNL. This was before the bad part that happened." And he's like, "I didn't even have to do the regular fucking thing. I just went up and did stand-up." I mean, guys, what are we watching here?
So they ushered him in.
You're watching the scripted
They
film.
held his hand as he walked across the line.
I don't know why, but
Escaped all Diddy parties, though.
yeah.
There's no Diddy allegations.
He might be activate his job might just to be restore cool white guys.
Yeah, restore order to the white race.
I mean, like, they brought him in to save Anheuser-Busch, for God's sake. Like, he is doing good work in a way, so at least it is for the greater good. But I think that's why this, first of all, shout out to Rone for having these guys on, because I think places that are very fearful would be, like, afraid to have War Mode on, because it's like, oh, they might say something crazy. I think Rone realizes it's all in good fun. And like you can
scary.
You can talk about this stuff without going, oh my God, these men are being platformed. Like you go I think Billy drives trucks for Pepsi or something. Like these aren't men that you have to take seriously. You can have a good laugh and have a couple warm beers with them. So I credit Rone for that, and I also think it's representative of why people like Shane and why he has that everyman quality. That his boys are going on podcasts being like, I think this guy has ties to the government. I think it was all an orchestrated plan, his rise to fame.
I get a Come Town vibe off those guys. I don't know if it's just
there's definitely a Come Town. I think with that whole Philly crew, because Matt and Shane is definitely, there's an air of Come Town around what they do. There's a bit of a Come Town vibe with these two, but they have a lot of good theories. And here's the thing, they're often right. You know, say what you want about them. Say they sound like wackos. But there's many times where they'll what they're saying is proven out. So I'd keep looking into what the boys are saying about Big Shane.
Yeah, conspiracy theorists are having a moment. They're having a moment right now. We got some.
It will be tough. It'll be tough for guys like War Mode because like their type of shit is kind of becoming the norm. It's what like a lot of people believe.
Ooh, yeah.
So how do they stay ahead of that? You know,
counter culture. How do you do that?
Yeah.
Bands have been trying to do it forever. That second album always flops. So
Yeah.
good luck to you, Mike. We have some super chats and stuff.
Before we get into that, can I ask what this swoosh operation?
Okay,
I let it play out for one. What the hell am I hearing?
That I believe that was Krager's doing swoosh. So we there was a question or a comment. No, it was a voicemail on WATS where they were saying
asking about the swooshes.
The swooshes were annoying, and I thought about it, and I'm like, we could vary that up a little bit. So
Well, you've really figured out a way to make it not annoying.
Yeah, it's just it's our friends. They're doing the swoosh noise. If you just hear it 150 times an episode, I get it. That could be annoying. But if you heard your friends do it, 20 times an episode, that might be fun.
Sure.
But also, I know you're now hating it, and it's for every episode.
No. I think if something's annoying, what better solve than Craig's voice?
Go to blindmike.net for everything Blind Mike. Look at me. I did it. Krager's did it.